Yo, about thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So let's just talk about what's going on with these YouTubers, social influencers. How come they're not talking about it? How come they're not making videos on the Harley Davidson controversy? Currently, it's been pretty big news. A lot of people have been making videos, like myself. I've been kind of like in the middle, quite honestly, with these videos. I know Harley supports, you know, stuff on the other side. I'm just gonna say that. Like I mentioned, I have made videos. I have like 4 videos on the CEO, stuff that I don't agree with, and I'm pretty sure, you know, it's gonna be pretty much everywhere. But I would say yes, for the Harley consumer or the base of Harley Davidson, I'm pretty sure, you know, they're gonna be like myself, Americans that are proud of their country and that are, you know, not with this new woke agenda. Like I mentioned in my videos, you could do whatever you want. You could, you know, whatever floats your boat, as long as it's within your own privacy and you're not messing with kids. I'm okay with it. That's why I've been in the middle in this thing. All right, I'm not super religious. I'm Catholic. You know, I believe in freedom of speech. So if you're someone in that community that hates Christians, that hates religion, that hates all of that stuff, and you're loud about it, hey, that's your right to do so. That's the way I feel about it. That's just me, though. All right, so some of you guys have probably been wondering, why isn't Blockhead, you know, reacting to this or standing up against this, or why isn't I'm just gonna say the influencers. You guys have seen the thumbnails. They've been pretty quiet about it, and the truth is, they've built up their community, they've built up their channels. They're not going to be taking risks as some of the other folks like myself. I don't make anything off of YouTube, so I don't really care. I mean, yes, I do make a little bit, but it's nothing, you know, that I'm worried about losing. All right, couple $100 a month, who cares? Quite honestly. All right, yeah, it's just me though. Yes, I've been doing this for a minute, but it's not going to affect me if Harley Davidson decides to stop working with me. And they don't work with me. That's another thing. I don't work with Harley Davidson. We're not partners or anything like that or anything like that. All right. You have Cruzy and you have Blockhead. They recently started making a build-off with Harley Davidson. So they have a partnership that they have to, of course, think about. And this is the reason why they're not reacting or making a comment on this sort of stuff. All right, I would say out of all of the social influencers, or out of all of the YouTubers, I'd say Cruzy would be the most loud, or the most how do you say this, most social, or most, I would say he would be one of the folks that's almost probably, how do you say it, man? I guess he would be the one that would be a little bit more loud with something that he would be against, but I don't think he's religious or anything like that. I would say, you know, over the last few years of watching his content, I would say Cruzy would be one that's maybe against this woke agenda, I would say, because he has talked about latte drinking, you know, MFers, stuff like that, at Harley Davidson, the engineers and stuff. He was also, you know, what is the word, man? I was just thinking about it not too long ago. He was also loud, or, man, I can't think of it in my head. It's gonna bug me now. But, you know, when the whole lockdowns and stuff like that was happening, he was pretty loud about it too. You know, he wasn't afraid or anything like that of people having a bad reaction to what he was saying about the lockdowns and stuff like that. It's just that, you know, at the time he only had like 6,000 subscribers. So you know, it's just like I said, it really depends on where you're at. I think if I was somewhere, you know, in their shoes, I'd be a little bit more hesitant on, you know, talking about it and stuff like that. I'm just saying, these influencers, they've been working hard at it for years, for a long time. They don't want to get political. They don't want to get into this controversy with the manufacturer or the corporation that supports their bottom end. I mean, it's quite simple, guys. That's the reason why they haven't really spoken about it. And there's a possibility that they're kind of like myself. You know, we're kind of like in the middle with this whole thing. Like I mentioned, I'm not against everything that they're doing. I've said it before in my videos, all right? As far as the story hour and the drag queen hour and stuff like that, there's parents that are taking their kids to these events. So it's not like, you know, they're doing it at schools or they're funding, or they're making policies to push this agenda at schools. And I've mentioned before, yes, the LGBT stuff, you know, it is against Christianity, because I don't want to get into the religion stuff, quite honestly, but it is a sin, stuff like that, all right? I'm not going to get into it. But I know why LGBT is so against Christians and stuff like that, when they should really be focused on on the other religion that I'm not going to talk about. You guys know which one we're talking about. The Eastern religion. The one that's more, you know, strict, that doesn't believe in the New Testament. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. Do I expect them to make a video about it, about Harley going woke and stuff like that? I don't expect a video from any of them anytime soon. All right, so don't hold your breath. As far as the future of electrifying Harley Davidson, I mean, come on. You guys see what Euro 5's doing, what Euro 6 is potentially doing. Eventually, they're gonna ban, you know, gas-powered vehicles. It's gonna happen. They've been trying to ban gas stoves, propane. They've been doing a lot of restrictions here in California with diesel. I mean, it's the government. It's the way the thing's going. All right, I just don't see a future in gas-powered vehicles with the current government, the globalists. It is what it is. Like I mentioned, the Sportsters were banned in Europe over Euro 5. The restrictions are getting far, you know, the restrictions from the government are getting more stricter or worse when it comes to gas-powered vehicles. It's going to keep on happening, and for Harley Davidson to keep on staying on this path, they're going to go out of business. It's the truth. All right, even though we like it, or even though we like it or not, Harley Davidson's going to be forced into EV or something alternative, because California's going to ban it in 2035. You're not going to be able to register a gas-powered vehicle. And people have mentioned, oh, they haven't said anything about motorcycles. Motorcycles is not in the policies, but I've already mentioned it in previous videos. They come after us in groups. First is going to be gas-powered cars, automobiles, all right? 2040 it's going to be diesel. 2045 it's going to be diesel commercial vehicles. Eventually they're going to get to the motorcycles. It's going to happen. The government's going to ban it. If we keep on voting for this agenda or this administration that controls a lot of this stuff, that's what's going to happen. All right, we're not that many, guys. When it comes to motorcyclists or cyclists. When it comes to us bikers, we're not a large group, especially here in the States. It is what it is. So anyways, you guys can let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like I said, I'm really in the middle, but then again, I've lived here in California all my life, raised in California. I've been pretty much liberal up until, you know, recently, with everything that's been going on. You know, policies, taxation, censorship, a lot of this stuff. I've been pretty liberal all my life up until, I'd say, the last probably 6 years. So you guys stay out there, stay safe. Thanks for watching yet another video. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.